really, the time snuck up on me this morning. Hello. We are 8 minutes and 22 seconds till the official start. We're just doing kind of our pre-test. Oh no. How many characters today? Big things to do. Steven, test. Say hello.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
All right, so guys, I need us to get in a quick picture. For real, sorry. Are you all in there? All right, here we go. Test, everybody. We are hanging out till our official start, making sure everything works. We got some stuff that we're doing. We're sending stuff out. Got to send out everything. Photo. So we're here. We'll answer some questions. We'll hang out. It's all good.
Good morning, everybody out there in Radio Land.
Radio Land. You just went old school. Send.
What's up, Trent?
Trent, you there, bud?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Davis was
Can you hear me?
saying what's up. I suspect he was.
We can. At least I can hear you. Can everybody in the stream hear everybody? Can you hear me? Can you hear Trent, Terry, Stephen, Anthony?
Yes, sir.
Everybody who
Checks
you
all
mentioned.
around.
Yes. There we go. I haven't got my own panels all up yet.
Montgomery, Alabama. Welcome, John.
Mother of goodness, I just jacked that up.
What else we have?
That countdown's
London, France.
It's gonna stress me out because I got a few things I gotta do still.
Abdullah, welcome. Joseph, welcome. Hector from Ecuador, welcome. Tedley from Boca Raton, Florida.
Are you gonna post, Olivia, on Twitter?
We did.
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. And Michelle's lighting me up. Don't forget that. Are you sure? Here's 2 instances. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Welcome, welcome. We're going to start here in just a minute. Everybody is arriving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which one of these is not like the rest? Gosh darn it. Which one is it?
Hey guys, the webcam output from us that you see in Rendezvous is going to be the live output, so you can see what the live stream is seeing. Just so you know.
I have YouTube up silenced in another channel or another browser.
Okay, cool.
I have 4 minutes to do this. Do we think I can get it done? Probably not. But I got to do it.
We have every confidence.
It's just too much pressure. I feel like everybody's just watching.
All right, hold on.
1 million people. All right, so which one? Never mind, they were all right. Do. See, this is why we start early. This is why we start a few minutes early. We are. Why? I mean, it's live stream. You need me?
So students can see this? They can.
Well, they can see it. Do you need me out? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it too. That's what I was trying to figure out.
I don't think it's affecting CA.
It was. I think it's not now though. I could be wrong. I was actually just going through and checking it out. Actually, I think it's good now. Master
All right, I'm back.
Assessment Engine. Man, that guy needs some swag.
The 3 a.m. guy? Yeah, really.
Watching from Uganda. Wow.
Guy from New
Zealand?
Zealand, too. Mm-hmm.
Nano, just from Dallas, Texas. I mean, that's right near our office. That's too close, man.
Steven, I think we're having trouble hearing you.
Better fix it, Steven. You got 27 seconds.
Got it. I got it. It's me. Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
I don't even know what I'm doing yet. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not prepped for this.
This is a beefy one, so don't try to move kind of fast-ish.
Move kind of
Alright,
fast.
pretty good. Yeah. Otherwise, it's gonna be like 2 hours long. I'm about to roll the intro. You guys ready?
No. Give me an extra second. I need to do something real quick.
Okay. Ready to start?
That we're gonna hit 0. I need to do this real quick.
Okay, go past that. Since we started early, we'll just kind of come to it.
Steven, you're the one that's going to be on screen when that timer hits 0, so it's all up to you, man.
Oh,
It's not gonna
wonderful.
happen. It's not happening. It's gonna be a minute late, I think. I'm gonna call it. I just got to do this real quick because it's important. You know what? I'll do it after.
Just tell me when to roll.
I'm fine.
You go.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Let's start.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Anthony James, founder and CEO of LinuxAcademy.com and CloudAssessments.com. And today we are joined by, well, let's show them here. First, we have head of AWS. Nope, totally wrong. First, we have head of Google, OpenStack, and security content, Stephen Smith. And look at that look. He just looks like he's staring off at the moon.
Well, I like to look at the moon now and then.
So say hello, Stephen.
Hey, everybody. This is Stephen. How are y'all doing today? Lots of people in chat. Good to see y'all.
Next, we have, let's see who comes up on the screen. We have, hello, Terry Cox.
Hi, everybody.
And next person we have on the screen here is Tom, head of AWS content. Say hello, Tom.
Hey everybody, Tom Haslett here, coming to you from sunny Portland, Oregon.
And
I don't know, that's kind of because it's never sunny here.
oh, I thought you were done there because it was so perfect, and then you just added on to it about it never being sunny.
That's
And
my
then next
specialty. I know how to ruin a good moment. See, I just did it again.
Oh, leave it to Tom. Leave it to Tom. All right, next we have Trent, AWS course author. Say hello, Trent.
Hey, everybody.
So we have some good stuff coming today. We have how many actual courses are we launching? Let me look at my team over here. So real quick, as always, what I want to do is go ahead and lift it up, Davis, since you were adjusting the camera anyway. I'm going to mess it up, and we're going to say hello to the team who is in here helping again. So we're actually excited for July's live announcements because we're going to upgrade our stream a little bit. We're going to be streaming completely on Linux, which is going to be relatively cool. And if you are in here, guys from Jupiter Broadcasting, say hello. They are good friends of ours. They do a lot of streaming as well. We've worked with them for years and years, when there was just 3 of us, I think. Right, Stephen?
That's correct.
Yeah, so big shout out to those guys at Jupiter Broadcasting. And today, Ingrid, how many courses are we launching today, and how many learning activities are we launching today?
8 courses.
We're launching 8 additional courses.
1 quest announcement.
1 quest announcement. Ooh, I didn't even know about that one. That's exciting.
And we have over 35 learning labs.
Well, I feel like you should come over here and say hi since you're telling. We have over 35 hands-on learning activities launching. And so this, Ingrid, everybody, is one of our designers. Say hello. Tell us what you do here.
Hi, how are you all doing today? I am actually the team lead of graphic design here at Linux Academy, and I am helping out with the live stream today with the presentation, actually, so as well as announcing what courses and labs we are releasing today. So welcome.
Thank you, Ingrid. And we're going to move on kind of quick because we have a lot of announcements today. And the nice designs you're going to see is what actually Ingrid made. So let's go ahead. Let's start with our recap and let's do some connections. And let's dive into some quick announcements and get going here. So as always, everybody, my name is Anthony James. Now, real quick, I do want to do a shout out and say, if you are not following me on Twitter or LinkedIn, I encourage you to do so because starting next Friday, I'm going to be live streaming training on Friday afternoons, and that's how I'm going to send out those announcements. So you'll be able to follow along. I'm going to be going through and doing learning activities and all of that other great stuff. So follow me on there, and you could also follow Cloud Assessments, Linux Academy, and Scale Your Code. And next, let's go ahead and do a fast recap all the way through this month. So we have launched Google Cloud Security Essentials. I can almost see that, but I got it memorized. Google App Engine Deep Dive, AWS IM Deep Dive, building serverless chatbots with Amazon Lex. And what do we got next? Then we launched AWS. Then we launched Deploy and Manage OpenStack on Ubuntu Pike. Then we launched DevOps Essentials, followed by EFS Storage Solutions Challenge and Content and Media Delivery Challenge on Cloud Assessments. We'll talk about what those are if you want. And Mike Brook, yes, this is live, sir. And then keep going. We have, don't take it off the screen yet. And then we have a nice picture of the mountains that just popped up. And then everybody, we launched our AWS Security Fundamentals Quest, followed by Elastic Stack Essentials, followed by Nginx Web Server Deep Dive. And then again, another one, Source Control with Git. And then using Salt for configuration management and orchestration. We also launched 2 really cool Scale Your Code episodes. One being about blockchain, and Christoph was interviewing on those. So today, let's go ahead and start with our first announcement of the day, which is our content team recap of some of our new content hires. And actually, Terry, we're going to touch base real quick on this, but as of today, this is what our content team looks like, and we have some coming soon there because we have accepted job offers. We're very excited to have them coming on staff, and Thomas and Steven will be heading out in about a week. I think it is next week for onboarding. And Terry, you were pretty intense on Azure course author hiring this quarter. Why don't you just real quick get us a state of Azure and Azure Labs?
Well, we posted actually a nice post in the community a little bit about that last week, but we've worked really hard on scaling our Azure team, particularly because we know we've been a little bit behind the 8 ball in the 7532, 533, and new 535 exams. Right now, we have 3 full-time course authors working specifically on Azure and specifically in refreshing all 3 of those courses for release at the beginning of next quarter. We're looking for some additional Azure course authors. So if you happen to know anybody, we sure would appreciate the referral, anybody in the YouTube channel. But in any event, we're scaling up, and Azure is a renewed focus of ours, and we're going to provide Azure Labs. We're going to be using interactive diagrams, all the things that you've kind of come to expect from Linux Academy going forward.
Perfect, Terry. I appreciate that. And real quick, 2 other announcements we had this month were our brand new practice exam, where all of our new quizzes and practice exams are on the practice exam system. It's a version 1.0. We have some amazing changes coming to it. And a lot of our learning activities utilize our real-time grader engine. Our challenges for sure utilize our real-time grader engine, which is actually grading your work and doing a lot of predictive analysis in the back end when you're working inside of these actual live environments. So really cool stuff. But real quick, we got a big day today, and we're going to have some fun interaction and talking. So the first one, I don't even know what this is. What is it? What are we announcing? So the first one we are announcing, and Terry, get ready to talk about this, sir, but we are announcing the Linux Foundation Certified System Administrator Refresh, which is a complete rebuild of the existing course based off the new objectives. But Terry Cox, it's all you.
So for the Linux Foundation Certified System Administrator, we're refreshing for April 10th was when they migrated from version 2.16 to 3.18 on the objectives. As you might expect over the period of time between those 2 courses, there's been a much bigger emphasis on System D and not so much on SysVNet or System 5 systems. From a service management perspective, from a directory location, from a PAM perspective, SE Linux, all of the things that you would come to expect on modern distributions where most of them are using System D, particularly from an enterprise slant. The actual objectives themselves are largely the same as what you've seen in the 2.16 course. So if you've already gone through 2.16, I wouldn't panic. I would simply review those System D topics that Chad's done a nice job of emphasizing in this particular course. But I think one of the biggest additions to this is all of those labs that you see. We had a nice number of labs for LFCS 2.16, but we've got 15 labs that are hands-on with your ability to practice everything that you see in this certification. So we've got quizzes at the end of each section, a nice exam at the end, and we're actually going to be adding a hands-on exam so that it gives you a more exam-like experience when you complete this course. So the course is actually a pretty large course, so allocate some time for it, but it'll do a really good job in preparing you for the certification.
So at Linux Academy, we love hands-on. Our training philosophy is we build training that teaches you at the level at which the exam expects. And so what that means is yes, we have certification preparation content. However, we're geared around preparing you to be able to understand those concepts and actually perform the job in a hands-on environment. We've had interviews here where it's great answering questions, but when challenged with a scenario, We we are excited to work with our Jupiter Broadcasting friends. We got it's actually really cool. In our second office over here, we're building a TV studio. So we have a lot of good stuff coming. And on May 11th, we have some 40net enterprise grade. Our network's getting so great. We just moved in this office over here, second office. So we have a few things that we're still fighting with on there. So our July 150 plus announcements are going to be 1,000 times better when it comes to streaming. But we appreciate your patience. We spend more time focusing on our hands-on labs than we did streaming, but we actually have a few producer positions open as well. If anybody's interested in working at Linux Academy, always go and check out linuxacademy.workable.com, which is all of our stuff on there. All right, so just to verify that we're good till our next announcement, are we still good? Are we still streaming?
We're live here as far as I can tell.
Awesome. It seems like we're still going. Do I have you? Let's do a quick roll call. Trent, Terry, Steven, Tom.
Yep, I'm here.
I'm
Yep,
here.
Tom is here.
Perfect. And questions that are going on in the live stream, y'all, I appreciate you asking those. Try to keep some of those for the end. We're going to do an awesome Q&A when we're done with the announcements. We want to make sure that we get through all these. So you know what? Let's go ahead and roll it to our very next announcement. Terry, you're up again with announcing the Red Hat Certified Specialist in Platform as a Service exam. So talk about what this is. We had an early launch of this, but I believe this is our labs. Tell me a little bit about this, Terry.
So as everybody probably knows that's familiar with OpenShift, it's kind of our container-based software using Docker containers and Kubernetes for orchestration and cluster management. But when we launched this course, we had one of the limitations we had at the time was we weren't quite ready to support labs in a pre-built environment. But right at this point, we've gotten through that process, and you're able to now follow along and actually use pre-built OpenShift environments to take these 10 labs that we've set out for you on various scenarios. Using projects, users, and roles, TLS termination, application scaling, resource quotas, installing OpenShift cluster metrics, all of these things that are really important for you to get your hands on in order to successfully prepare for the certification. We've now got the ability to serve up to you on cloud assessments.
That's awesome, Terry. Thanks for that. And real quick, I'm going to ask you a question. We were talking about some of our content assignments and a strategy for your team, and you informed me that I believe we will be, in terms of course compliance, RHCA. Can you tell us a little bit about that in July for announcements?
So for anybody who's interested in getting the Red Hat Certified Architect designation, you need to complete 5 certificates of expertise or certified specialist certificates from Red Hat. And as of the end of this quarter, I think everybody will be pleased to know that we'll have enough for you to take content only on Linux Academy and obtain your RHCA. And you'll have some ability to choose among the ones that you'd like to take. We won't be forcing 5 specific ones on you. We'll actually have 6 complete ones.
And we have some more coming. So real quick on that, celebrate good times. Come on. YouTube's going to now filter us out because they have some sort of algorithm.
That was beautiful.
You like that? Well,
DMCA,
that's good stuff. That's super
There'll
awesome.
be a claim on that now.
Yeah, and then we're even going to have more on that. I think I'm not going to go into details, but we have a lot of that stuff coming. So awesome. Let's do another one. Are you guys ready to do another one? This is good stuff. All right, let's see what we have. Terry, you're up again, bud. Are you ready for this? Everybody, we are announcing the CoreOS Essentials course with, again, author Treva Williams. Terry, what you got here, bud?
So CoreOS is kind of an interesting course, and it's an interesting product. So it's often called the Container OS or Container Linux. And there's an enterprise version that is offered by Tectonics, which we cover from an essentials perspective. But CoreOS is interesting in that it is one of those products that is more about what you do with it and on it than the product itself. So what we've really done is given you the ability to run it in a cloud server environment as well as to get your hands on it, which is really important for CoreOS, is the ability to get your hands on it, because things just run a little bit differently. Updates are done differently, containers are managed a little bit differently, services are done a little bit differently in CoreOS. So it was really important for us to provide an environment that you could get your hands on and practice the things that you're seeing in this course. So this course will set you up for success in understanding what CoreOS is, how it works, and the commonalities of translating what you might know about Linux to the little bit of differences that CoreOS does in its particular implementation.
Bam! I love it. I love it. And congratulations to the Linux Academy course author team, who this is the single biggest course launch month in the history of Linux Academy. And what's really exciting is our new processes and our new team, we're all on the same page, and we've moved over to this 3-month release cycle. So the first quarter of every month, you can now anticipate on a boatload of courses being dropped. So this month was our 70+ course. In July, we are looking at 150 plus. That's our goal. Whether we get there or not, we'll find out. But that is our goal, is 150 plus, which is super freaking awesome. Good job, Linux Academy team. And next month, if you want to follow me, I will be doing a live stream teaching of some of these learning activities that the team's been launching this month. So super awesome. All right, let's do another one. Are we ready for another one? I see it on the screen. Here we go, everybody. Deploying to AWS with Ansible and Terraform. Now, for those of you, there's more of this good stuff to come. We did re-release this a little bit early this quarter, but Terry, go ahead and tell us about it.
So, with Ansible and Terraform, anybody familiar with DevOps in terms of the Ansible tool? Ansible really plays well with Terraform because Terraform's typically used to build infrastructure, whether it's cloud-based or what have you, whereas Ansible kind of serves as the configuration management. So there's some overlap, but otherwise they're beautifully complementary. So when deploying to AWS with Ansible and Terraform, we've got a number of, again, options for you to get your hands dirty with figuring out how to deploy to AWS with Ansible and Terraform. And it's actually related to another course, which I think we're going to get here probably right after this, as a matter of fact.
Is it? Well, I hope so, because if you like Terraform, we have more stuff. So if you like Terraform, our next one is, are you ready for it? Can you guess? Anybody guess? It is managing applications and infrastructure with Terraform. Terry, tell us about this one.
All right, so this is where you're going to really be getting your hands on Terraform. So we've got a number of labs that are available on cloud assessments, but Terraform is typically used to build, change, and version infrastructure. It truly treats infrastructure as code. So it really is a big player, or potentially a big player, in your infrastructure deployments from a DevOps perspective. You get configuration files that describe an execution plan that's generated to describe what will be done to get to a particular desired state. But more importantly, when you have configuration changes that are made, those incremental changes apply to an execution plan rather than rebuilding the entire thing. They can be applied in Delta. It's really intended for ephemeral or throwaway environments, but it allows you to codify production so that you can easily share and replicate in smaller implementations to those other environments. Again, it's very complementary with Ansible, but you'll get your hands on in this particular course to building your infrastructure with Terraform.
Yeah, that is awesome, Terry. Thank you so much, sir. And that is both of those are by course author Derek, who had the day off today. We weren't going to make him come in to do the live stream. Lots of hard work this quarter, hard-earned day off. So far, really, really great announcements that we've had. Now, you know what? Let's just keep doing some. Let's do some more. So I'm going to ask you a question. Tom and Trent, are you guys ready to talk? Are you ready for this?
Ready to rock and roll.
Sure. Ready to rock and roll. All right, then here we go. So we are announcing our next course by course author Trent. So whoever between Tom and Trent, whoever's ready to talk, get ready for it. But the AWS Certified SysOps Administrator Associate, we put rebuild in there because, well, Trent, you tell us why, sir.
Well, ultimately, that exam has not changed a lot in the recent past. AWS is currently reworking a lot of their associate exams and taking a lot more advantage of the role-based approach to it, where we have an exam for architecture, we have an exam for development, and now this one is for operations. And the exams are kind of in the middle of changing right now. So we're looking forward to seeing some more information about that soon.
Absolutely. And then Trent, while we got you there, you also just launched, it was towards the end, is in December, it was the AWS Security Essentials. So while we have you, why don't you just tell us a little bit about that course as well?
Okay, so the AWS Security Essentials was, the approach I took with that is because I was hearing a lot of things in the news about simple breaches here and there, and I felt that maybe we didn't have enough of just a security focus at an intermediate level. The AWS was still, at that time, playing around with the security specialty exam, and the first beta was not successful. So we decided to make a more approachable security course, and that's where AWS Security Essentials came from.
And without giving too much information away, it's safe to say that you are currently working on the AWS Certified Security, where we're giving it away. Is that the certification you're working on right now, the security one?
Thanks, Anthony.
Maybe.
Well, you know, July, August, something like that.
So
Go ahead, Tom.
I think it's important to note, as we've noted on previous live streams, right? Any AWS certification course is always going to be on the top of our priority list. So that means refreshes for AWS certification courses or certification or brand new certifications, which is for the security, which was in beta, which now has been released as of a few weeks ago into the wild. Those are always going to be the courses that we have the highest priority on. So you can always know as a Linux Academy student that we are always going to be working on either refreshing, rebuilding, or building those new courses from scratch when those new certifications come out. We're always going to get them out as quickly as we can. So they go right to the top of the queue. So you never have to guess, are we going to make a course for this particular certification exam? The answer is yes, and we're always going to be working on it as soon as there is an announcement or as soon as the exam itself has been released live by AWS. So kind of giving it away, but you should always know as a Linux Academy student that is always going to be something that is going to come immediately upon release by AWS.
And your mission recently has been to basically build a team that of fantastic subject matter experts who have done it in the field before, have a passion for changing lives, to be able to handle almost all of these requests in what we call our 90-day period. And so if you want to do a shout out to anybody out there who may be interested in also joining that team, feel free to do it now, or tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we grew our team. Basically, we doubled it last quarter. We went from 3 to 6 course authors. And as you guys saw on the graphics earlier in this live stream, we have a coming soon for our 7th course author. And I'm also currently interviewing and looking to hire several more. So anybody is willing to throw their hat into the ring if they would like to potentially become a course author here at Linux Academy, especially on the AWS team. I am actively interviewing and hiring at the moment, and we are looking to build a team of more than 10 plus to be able to really handle all of the various updates and new features, services that come from Amazon Web Services. I know that you guys follow along with us and also follow along with all the emails and blogs from AWS and how quickly they are now changing things, releasing new services and features. And, who knows what new exam is either going to be released by AWS in a totally new topic or subject, or just or for there to be a totally new refresh for a current exam. So we're really building out the team so that we can support all of the breadth of content by AWS. And we feel that that's super important to be able to make sure that we can either build new courses quickly and or refresh older content as quickly as we can, so everything is up to date for all of you guys.
And Tom, why don't you tell us a little bit as well? You were the original developer of the Orion papers, and you have been working on, actually with all of the heads of content, we've been kind of creating that as a standard. And this new SysOps course, I believe, uses interactive diagrams. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Did we lose Craig? I'm sorry, Craig.
Trent.
He's going to hate me for that. Trent. Did we lose Trent? Hopefully he didn't see that.
Yeah, we dropped it off because the software we're using is a little bit buggy with a whole bunch of people on there, so we wanted to avoid that this time around.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, so obviously, building on the success of using the Lucidchart platform to build things like project courses, as for those that have taken the AWS courses know very well, we do things in the split screen format where we have an interactive diagram on the right. And so we are now building that and developing into all of our AWS courses, and a lot of the other course authors are doing that across all of the other categories of content we have here at Linux Academy as well. But certainly the brand new SysOps course has an Orion paper style platform. It's called this SysOps Codex, and it is a fully interactive diagramming platform where you can go in and learn all about system administering in AWS. And one of the cool things, one of the cool approaches that we took with this particular course, and I actually wish Trent was here to talk about this, is we actually wrapped the whole course around the context of having a fully deployed WordPress site that is already built at the beginning of the course. And the entire course, the narrative throughout the entire course is that we are going to be administering to this particular application. So we have a live application, and Trent walks you through all of the domains that are covered in the AWS exam by actually walking step by step how to do all those various things on the active live WordPress site. And so there's a really cool narrative that takes you through the entire course. So it's all from that hands-on perspective, right? So we wanted to move away from it just being something theoretical or talking about certain workflow systems and processes, and actually saying, hey, okay, we have a site. As a real-life system administrator, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be administering to a real application, and that's the full narrative of the course, and we're really proud of it. We think it's going to really be cool, and then obviously that's all contained and then wrapped around an interactive Lucidchart diagram in this Orion paper, so we're pretty excited about it.
Absolutely, Tom. Thanks for going over and talking about that. So we're going to do a quick one as well. Is this one actually? So here we go. So we're going to announce the AWS Learn by Doing course, which is a course that's specifically built around our hands-on learning activities, right? So there's a lot of people that may necessarily not be interested in direct certification training, and we always believe that hands-on approach is there. So when we approach this course, we look at it from kind of a beginner to building off of it perspective. It's 100% hands-on. It's going to be taking you through a journey with hands-on learning activities, followed by challenges to test your skill set. Inside of there, it's going to integrate very well with our cloud assessments platform, kind of back and forth there. And so this course will be available by the end of day today. All the ones that we've announced so far are going to be public and live by the end of the day. I think almost all of them are available now, actually. On our platform. So this was a really cool approach. It's 100% hands-on. It utilizes most of it, if not all of it, utilizes our interactive our real-time grader engine. And so this is just a great experience to go and get all of the hands-on experience that you're looking for on AWS. And if you're not necessarily interested in the certification-based training, you said just get me in there, this is for sure absolutely for you. You're going to love it. I'm a huge fan of it. And this is some of that stuff we'll live stream as well going forward on those Fridays. If you follow me again, we're going to do live streams going over some of these activities and other activities. We're going to hit containers. We're going to hit Linux. We're going to hit so much stuff on Fridays, so feel free to join us for that. So let's go ahead and dive into some more announcements. So we've had a great month so far. We've launched and are in the process of launching over 70 learning activities and courses. We're going to do a recap. Super proud of the team. I ask that you celebrate with them as they celebrate with you on your successes. This was accumulation of a lot of hard work, new processes, and new tools that we've been using, and they still came through with it. So that's super awesome. So also real quick, for those of you who may not be Linux Academy members or just want to help your friends or get started with it, we are also launching our AWS Security Basics Quest by author Phil Zona for a limited time, completely free until May 11th. We believe in that hands-on learning and that security component as well. We're bolstering some of this quest as well. And so we're going to make this free on cloudassessments.com. Feel free to share that if you would like. So keep in mind, we have more announcements coming. Let's keep doing it. Let's keep doing it. So what do we have next? So get ready, Tom. We're going to have you talk, but it's coming out, I believe, this Friday. But we are announcing a complete rebuild of the AWS Certified Developer Certification Associate level with a focus on the new developer objectives. Thomas, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So Course author Fernando Medina Corey has been working on a rebuild for the AWS Certified Developer course. And so it was actually interesting because we were about halfway through developing this particular course, and AWS decided to go and release a brand new beta exam for the certified developer exam. And so what we did is we sat and we took this particular beta exam to see what new content that they added to the particular exam. Now, just because it's a beta exam, it means that they're testing to see how new questions and new content will work on the exam. Now, what we decided to do was take all those new topics and incorporate them into the course. So we're trying to get ahead of the curve for when AWS decides to now incorporate many of the new topics and features in the CDA beta exam into their actual CDA exam itself. So we extended out the time frame of the course development to add in all those new topics and features. So when the course is released, it is going to be fully up to date and perhaps even a little more expansive than what the actual CDA exam will be. So you can make sure that when and if AWS decides to take a lot of the new questions and topics that they have in the beta exam and put it into their actual certified developer exam, we are already going to have that covered for you. So we won't need to go back and redo anything or add anything. It's going to be there in advance. So we were trying to plan ahead and make sure that we have all the content there for the exam whenever they decide to merge those two and create their final version of the new CDA exam. So we're super excited about that. We're looking forward to having that to you very, very soon. It's very close to completion.
I'm super excited. It's been a big month. So let's do a quick recap from today. I believe we had 36 hands-on learning activities launched today alone, followed by an additional 8 or 9 courses today. Let's do a quick recap. So today we launched the Linux Foundation Certified System Administrator Complete Rebuild for the new objectives. We launched the Red Hat Certified Specialist and Platform as a Service Exam Labs, which is OpenShift, right? So that's a lot of words to be used for just OpenShift, but it's OpenShift. We launched CoreOS Essentials with hands-on learning activities, deploying to AWS with Ansible and Terraform, managing applications and infrastructure with Terraform, AWS Certified SysOps Administrator Associate Rebuild with interactive diagrams, AWS Learn by Doing, completely 100% hands-on AWS approach. We made the AWS Security Basics Quest free, and we launched, or will be launching this week, completing up, going through some of our QA processes, AWS Certified Developer Associate Level Rebuild. So that is a big, awesome day. We have the heads of content with us today. So this concludes our 70+ announcements. We launched approximately 21 different courses. We launched over 50 hands-on learning activities. I believe it was over 60. So we did our 70+. We lived up to that promise. Now we set our goal and sights a little bit higher for our live streaming in July of 150+. We have so much stuff under the works. If you go back on this YouTube channel, if you're on Twitch, if you go to YouTube and watch the previous live streams, I completely give away too much information about what we're currently working on, but still that's only 10% of it. So if you want to get clues on what's launching in July, then go watch those. So real quick, we have a lot of people that have contributed. We're posting so many amazing, great things. One of the things that we get a ton of questions on is, how do I get swag? How do I get swag? How do I get swag? So what we wanted to do is to celebrate with you our biggest course launch in history, celebration of our new processes, celebrate with our content team. We are launching a boatload of free swag. So real quick, before we dive into that, Nano had the comment that said, hoping it won't bump the prices. We are where we are. We love providing hands-on affordable pricing. Your membership includes unlimited access to linuxacademy.com and cloudassessments.com and scaleyourcode.com and all of our new content and hands-on labs. And our hands-on labs are super expensive, which is why we charge a membership price instead of just selling it one-off, because these are ongoing recurring costs, and we keep our course authors on staff full-time so they can answer your questions and also work on making sure the content's updated and launching new content. That's why we go with the subscription model that we go with, because this allows us to provide a lot of additional value for our students. So here we go, announcing giveaway winners. I'm not going to read them all. We are just going to put them through on the screen unless we see funny stuff like Jon Snow winning again. But here we go. Winners, winner, chicken dinner. That's from PUBG. So I feel like we should get a sponsorship announcement thing or something for that. Look at all these winners. So you're wondering, hey, I won. How do I get this? Well, we're going to reach out to you. And we are going to connect your information. We ask for a little bit of time. We are sending over 100 swag packs, right, all the way around the world. So we ask for a little bit of time for us to pull out these emails, communicate with you to make sure we have the proper address. You could help out by going to your Linux Academy account and adding your address in there for us so we can just send it to you. That will streamline the communication process, but we'll keep going here. Congratulations and thank you all of these winners who worked and celebrated with Linux Academy to earn these swag packs. And we are going to stay here to talk a little bit about some of our company changes, some of the future, and do some Q&A because we have Stephen Smith, Terry Cox, and Thomas Hazlitt, our heads of content here that can also answer questions as well. So real quick, our grand prize winner. Before we go into some of that, we have a grand prize winner of a 1-year Linux Academy subscription. Let's show that on the screen. So congratulations. Woo! That is our 1-year subscription prize winner to Linux Academy. We will reach out to you and get that all set up with you. So you just won $449 worth of tremendous value. We have over 20, almost 30 certification prep courses. We have several thousand hours of training material, over 900, now over 1,000 hands-on learning activities. We are adding at a rate of between 70 and 150 per quarter. And yes, all the courses are launched online as of now. So we're going to head over to our Q&A stuff. As you all are answering some questions, asking some questions inside the community, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the vision and what we do at Linux Academy. For those of you who are sticking around, if you have to go back, I know some of you got on at 3 o'clock this morning. I know there's several of you listening inside of meetings. Don't want you to get in trouble. Love your commitment. I would encourage you to all to celebrate, tweet at, or congratulate the course authors, connect with them on LinkedIn, celebrate with them. These are big accomplishments. They're very focused on our student success. But at Linux Academy, we believe in student-first methodology. So what we look at is we say our genuine metric of success isn't our revenue. It's not the number of signups. It's honestly the student success, which is defined multiple different ways, right? Some students are looking for a job. Some students are looking for a promotion. Some students are looking to be able to learn the new technologies they need in order to perform their job. Some students just love continuous education. Some students just love certification training. So whatever that is, we look at that as our genuine metric of success. And we believe in a multifaceted or multi-tiered training approach. So when you train on Linux Academy, you get hands-on learning activities, you get interactive diagrams, you get downloadable study guides, you get practice exams, you get access to ask the course author questions, and we're always adding new content. What I like to tell everybody is if you request it, there's a 90% chance it's on its way because we love taking and interacting with our community the most. And our approach at Linux Academy is 100% hands-on, and we like to do that first. And also with that is every single piece of content that we provide at Linux Academy, all the way down to the quiz question, you have the option to do a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And every single day, our heads of content, and we'll actually talk about this, heads of content, are looking and working with the course authors on these ratings. We always take community feedback exceptionally important. And in fact, Stephen, Terry, Tom, how often, or how much time per week do you think you guys spend looking at those ratings?
As a head of content, I spend at least 2 to 3 hours a week into just looking at it from my perspective across all of the lanes that I'm responsible for. And then each of the course authors spend time with me reviewing their ratings as well. And one of the things that we try to do, particularly right after a course has been launched, is we try to reach out to those people that have provided feedback to us. Particularly if we got a downvote on a question or a video, and we try to kind of dig into why that is. And sometimes it's a matter of needing a better explanation, or a quiz question needs to be revised so that it's a little more clearly. worded. So we generally will reach out to those students that have provided us that feedback and encourage them to review the work that we've done if we've made an adjustment to see if that now meets what their expectations are. And we've gotten a lot of great feedback after the fact from students that have given us ratings and then gone back and checked our results from the changes that we've made and have been pleased that not only did we take that seriously, but we actually made some adjustments that helped them learn better.
I think Terry just summed it up very nicely for all of us there.
Yep, absolutely. It just comes down to we take you guys very seriously. We appreciate the feedback too, both positive and when we mess up. And we actually love going the extra mile to make sure that when those things do get slipped through the cracks and we mess up and we fix them, we appreciate your patience. We try to be perfect for you guys, but as you know, no one's perfect. So we appreciate your all's feedback.
Absolutely. And we have some big plans for the future. So if you think this is amazing, what I would say that this is a drop in the bucket. We have an amazing development team, an amazing course author team, and some of the things that they are working on is absolutely amazing, and it's gonna come really great. We have some of the stuff in here. Christoph Limpelaer has been building out our product team as chief product officer, and so we have a lot of great things going on. And just so you know, we had some questions. They said, hey, you launched all this content. You're launching all of this stuff. We hope you don't raise the price. So here's what we do at the Linux Academy. Obviously, there's a lot of cost that goes into doing it. Our price today is what it is and what it's going to be for a relatively long time. However, it is something that you are concerned about. Please know that when you have a Linux Academy membership, when you sign up, as long as you don't cancel it, you're always grandfathered in that pricing. We do not raise pricing on individual members if they have a membership. It's just never going to happen. It's one of those things that we believe in. If you cancel your membership, it might be subject to any new pricing that occurs. However, it is what it is for now and will be for a relatively while to come. And so lots of good stuff going on in the chat and everything else. So Tom, Terry, Stephen, how are you guys feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty amazing after this entire month of content releases, all of the hands-on learning activities, all of the new courses, the new cloud assessment challenges, and assessments. It's been a bit of a whirlwind, and I think it's been pretty awesome. It was the result of 3 months of more than 3 months of really hard work by every member of the team, and I'm not talking about the members of the content team, the course authors, but the development team, marketing team, everybody across the board deserves a ton of credit for everything that went into making this whole month possible and all of the releases. So, I mean, kudos to everybody. And the great thing is that we're going to get to do this all again in July with a whole slew of new courses. And I also just want to make a note to people that are watching, because I do see a lot of people that make suggestions or they ask a question like, hey, can you do a course on this? Hey, can you do a course on that? We do have a link, a page that you can go to where you can input any courses that you would like and then have students vote on whether or not they want that particular course. And so I don't know, maybe if our production team can drop that in to the chat here in YouTube. But I will say that we do pay really close attention to that because one of the top AWS courses on that list is currently in development this quarter. So we look at that, we take those suggestions seriously. Now, we can't do everything that's on there, for a lot of reasons. We just don't have the manpower. But we do absolutely pay attention to that and look to make those courses when we can, when they fit into our time schedules and release cycles.
Absolutely. And real quick, the question just came through, when will manage application and infrastructure with Terraform be available? It's available already. It's public and live on the site. And as it goes to those requests, we just love providing for the students. And so one of the things that we actually don't do well is we are very heavy on our content and development product and very light on some other parts of our internal structure because we always believe in doing that first. You'll notice that we're not always necessarily flashy out of the box. We believe in the meat and potatoes. We believe in there being actual value for the students that go through it first. So we always put that first. We're getting better at the flashy things. I'm really excited about that. But just know when you go through the content, it's always going to be very in-depth. It's going to teach you what you need to know. And we're not huge fans of exam dumps. We love to train at the level to which the exam expects. I think it's Balea had said the idea of Orion papers for AWS CSA was great. It made it easier to understand various concepts of AWS. I hope to see something similar on other courses where possible. So what I will say is we've launched over 20 different courses this month, over 60 different hands-on learning activities. And all of them, except for 2, actually used our new interactive diagramming approach. So the Orion papers were specifically designed for the AWS CSA. And so when we refer to the interactive diagrams, it is what the Orion papers are. So for example, the AWS Certified Developer, the AWS Certified SysOps refreshes launched today all have the interactive diagrams. Terry, you can attest to some of the Azure content under development. Why don't you tell us the approach there with hands-on labs and interactive diagrams?
Well, we're actually using the concept that was pioneered in the AWS domain, where we're going to be using the interactive diagrams on all of our cloud-based courses. And we're actually experimenting with smaller versions of those interactive diagrams in some of our other courses where they make sense. So we're taking big chunks and we're trying to distill them down to meaningful tidbits of information that either for a certification or for a deep dive that may help visual learners get a lot more out of the content, even outside of cloud especially, then we're doing that on the Linux, the DevOps, the big data, and of course the Azure side. So we're using it as much as possible because students have routinely and constantly let us know that this is something that they are clamoring for. So as we said before, we pay attention to what everybody wants and we try to provide it where we can.
Absolutely. And as much as we want to be able to go back and add it to every piece of content we have in a month or two, it's impossible. It takes a course author approximately 3 months to build a high quality course. Now, if we were just building PowerPoint courses that were telling you how to pass an exam, that wasn't teaching you and it was more of an exam dump, we could knock those out in 4 weeks. Those aren't hard. What becomes hard is that hands-on scenario-based approach, the storytelling to help you understand what it's like to actually do it in a real environment, and then providing a real-time grader feedback engine on how you've done, and also suggesting other things to do to help with your skill set. The other side of that is the interactive diagrams also take a substantial amount of time. So the 2 big things in a course that really increase the amount of time it takes to create content are the interactive diagrams and the hands-on labs. But those, we believe, are the most important things for you. So as much as we want to just be able to push it out to create high-quality content, it takes a little bit of time. For a little bit of perspective, we just surpassed our 100th full-time hire. So we believe in full-time at Linux Academy because we love being able to support our students. So we just surpassed our 100th hire. We have a lot of positions open. We have about 15 content author positions open as of today. We have Ruby positions open. We have PHP positions open. We have project manager, design, lead design. We have lead UX developers. We have, what am I missing? We have sales positions. We have all of this stuff. So we're working as hard as possible. And when we hire, it's very important for us to make sure that whoever comes on our team has that innate and core thought process of caring about our student. That is our core values here. We care about you. And that's just, it is what it is, right? So I believe that every company needs a mission. It's not about money. It's about providing value and helping others. And we love creating value and changing lives at Linux Academy. The stories we hear are absolutely amazing. So real quick, Tom, we have a question here that says, in regards to AWS Associate Architect, there is a choice of a 2018 exam along with the old one. Does the objectives of the current course cover the new exam? And when you answer this, Tom, I would say feel free to give away the answers to what's coming in July.
Well, sure. So in terms of the current course on Linux Academy was built for the older standard version of the exam. So if you're taking the current course here on Linux Academy, I would suggest that you take the older version of the exam, not the 2018 version, just for the sake of giving yourself the best chance of passing. And you'll be able to take the older version of the Certified Solutions Architect Associate Level exam until the beginning of August. So there's still several more months there to finish up that course and get in and take the exam. Now, there have been individuals who have taken the CSA course here in Linux Academy and have gone and passed the 2018 exam. Most of the content is pretty much the same. There's not a huge difference between the two exams. It's just that the new exam is all focused through the lens of AWS's new well-architected framework. So that is the main difference between the two, and the new course, or the new exam, I should say, does have slightly more expanded questions in terms of topics and features that is not covered on the old course or the old exam, but it's not too many new topics and features. So I do suggest, based on the current course, take the old exam. However, like I said at the beginning of the live stream today, for us, anything that is new in terms of certification courses and exams released by AWS is always at the top of our priority list. So wink, wink, in terms of being at the top of our priority list, you can assure it's something that we're working on right now for the 2018 CSA exam.
Fantastic, Tom. I appreciate that. Let's go through our recap here and close out. It's been a great month. It's been a great live stream. I love how the Linux Academy team is listening. We have 50-some people in our Dallas-Fort Worth office, and then the rest are remote. And so I just love how they're listening. They're being involved. They're chatting in here. Love all of those things. Ricardo, best path to learn Python will be to take Keith's Python 2.7 and 3 course. But let's go ahead and do our recap again. So this month, we launched Google Cloud Security Essentials, Google App Engine Deep Dive, AWS IM Deep Dive, building a serverless chatbot with AWS Lex, deploy and manage OpenStack on Ubuntu Pike, DevOps Essentials, EFS Storage Solutions, Content and Media Delivery Challenges, AWS Security Basics Quest on Cloud Assessments, VPC Network Security Encryption Basics, and S3 Security Basics is included in that quest. Followed up with Mastering System D, Cloud Foundry Certified Developer, Elastic Stack Essentials, Nginx Web Server Deep Dive, Source Control with Git, using Salt for configuration management and orchestration, with a new Scale Your Code episode featuring Christophe Lempellaire. And I'm not going to give it away. You should click on that Scale Your Code icon at the top of your page, included in your Linux Academy membership. Let's go into this week's recap. Linux Foundation Certified System Administrator, Certificate of Expertise in Platform as a Service, which is OpenShift and has OpenShift Labs, CoreOS Essentials, deploying to AWS with Ansible and Terraform, managing applications and infrastructure with Terraform, which is a Terraform deep dive, AWS Certified SysOps Administrator, complete rebuild with interactive diagrams like the Orion papers, the AWS Learn by Doing 100% hands-on access course, Learn by Doing, which will be free access until May 11th. The S3 Security Basics Free Access Quest, also until May 11th. And then the AWS Certified Developer Associate, which is being pushed out this Friday or Monday. So we had a lot of great announcements. Am I missing anything, team? So let's recap this month's. We said we were going to, I'm not going to read them all. I'm going to just make them available. We said we were launching 70 plus. At Linux Academy, we love to live up to our promises when we promise stuff to our students. Sometimes we fail. You know, our Azure content, there was a little bit of an issue with that, but our promise was, and Terry took over and led this, to come back and make the best interactive and hands-on Azure training there is. And so our Azure courses will be launching in July, featuring interactive diagrams and hands-on learning activity labs. You won't get those anywhere else. So great job, Terry, on that, and great job, Azure team. Azure is going to be a great celebration month for us in July. So we launched 3 Scale Your Code episodes, and always 70 plus. And our goal, ladies and gentlemen, is 150 plus launches in July. Whether we hit it or not, it's another story. 150 plus. We love our students. We love content. We love training. We are blessed and very appreciative that you choose the Linux Academy and Cloud Assessments and give us the opportunity to do what we love by teaching and changing your lives. And I honestly just could not be more humbled and appreciative at your referrals, your tweets, your shares, all of that great stuff. Thank you for choosing Linux Academy. And we also have a store available that is not just US. You'll have to reach out to Chaz. Some of the information is on there, but you can purchase Linux Academy swag. Highly, highly requested. So, as always, Steven, Terry, and Tom, and then Trent, who dropped off, thank you so much for joining us. Next week, I'll be live streaming on Friday going over some of these learning activities and teaching and interacting with the students. If you want to know when that starts on those Fridays, follow me on Twitter, which is at Anthony D. James. Alternatively, you could also connect with me on LinkedIn, which is Anthony D. James. And you can always connect with Linux Academy and everybody else on here. You could also hashtag us at Ask Linux Academy. So, thanks, everybody. Thank you, students. Thank you, Tom, Terry, Stephen, for joining. If you would like to say anything, you could just say that.
I'd like to say thanks for everybody joining us, and more importantly, thanks for being here to allow me to do this for a living every day.
Yeah, I echo that for sure. Thank you, guys. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here today. So we appreciate you and love you.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to be here as always. Look forward to making more courses for everybody and building out the AWS content for more certifications, more training. Look forward to it.
We've been quiet over the past year. We have a lot of development that's been going on. We have a lot of things that have been built. We have a lot of content. We're not going to be so quiet anymore. So we love and look forward to interacting with our students. And there are so many amazing things and features and application development that's occurring right now that is going to be awesome. We launched a practice exam. So Linux Academy dev team, congratulations and great job on those. We appreciate your hard work. Linux Academy, the rest of the Linux Academy team, we have accounting, we have support, we have finance, we have a lot of different stuff in there. We have sales. Thank you for your support and your excitement and helping the course authors and being evangelists. And thank you, students, as well. We look forward to what will also hopefully be a record-breaking month in July. Join us then. Alternatively, I'll see you on my live streams next week. Thanks, everybody, and happy learning.